Alright, so welcome to a cheeky little video on Mission 8 of Black Ops 3. If you want to see any other missions, then in the description will be a playlist with all the minutes. Sorry about the quality of the video and the sound, my recording cocked up, but still going to have the tips there nonetheless. So at the beginning, when you're trying to kill Sarah Hall, you're going to pick up the RPG that is next to the truck, and to the left there is this big stone block thing that I'm running around now. It's probably the best thing to do because she will one hit you if she spots you. So shoot her, run round. There's even a little crack you can walk through in the middle under here. Pretty damn cheeky. At some point she will jump, so be aware of that. She will jump at you. So as soon as you see her jump, you literally just sprint away because she will kill you. As well as the javelins, which I will show you in a second. She'll fire javelins up in the air. Hendrix will sometimes call them out, but when you see them, you want to hug up against the side of this brick thing, just so they won't hit you. She will do it a few times throughout the fight, so be aware that Hendrix might not call each and every one. You're going to have to be alert and check the sky because you see them coming down anyway. Moving on though, it won't take you too long to kill her. Just about 10 to 11, 12 RPG shots should usually do it. There's ammo crates if you need them. You basically just want to go along the left hand side throughout literally the whole of this part. So as soon as you drop down, let your oh yeah, I should mention fire swarm is what you're going to be using for this mission. So you cannot do it without it. I'm pretty damn sure of that. There's so many freaking enemies, it's unbelievable. So head to the left. There's lots of cover, so don't worry about that. Literally just peek in and out of cover like you have been with the previous missions. Exactly what I'm doing on screen now, in and out of cover, and make your way just left. There'll be a point, no, when you get past this little bit on the left, like a bunker, coming down the hill. On your right hand side, in the middle, she'll spawn 3 or 4 enemies, so be aware of that. And all the way through the mission, she's going to spawn enemies randomly, literally just right in front of your face. So be aware she will do that a lot. So take it slow when you're doing this mission. Let the fire swarm do a lot of it. And just use the cover as much as you can is the best way to get through this. So you'll get to a point when it turns very dark and it will look pretty damn beastly around you, but you don't want to pay attention to that because there'll be so many enemies walking down this little part. You want to take the right side route just because it's very narrow. You can see all the enemies. It's much easier to take them out. Again, use a fire swarm, but stay in cover until you're sure you've killed all the enemies. Slowly move up to the next rock, which will be your next bit of cover. As you can see on the screen right there, she did it again. 3 freaking enemies spawned right in front of us, so be very ready for enemies straight away. Got to pay attention a lot on this part, but take it nice and slow again, using the rocks as cover, and you should be fine. Just note on the left there is another walkway, so be careful that they might try and shoot you from the other side. Anyway, moving up to the dire wolves part. This is pretty easy, but just know that you spawn 2 on the left and 3 on the right, I'm pretty sure. So whichever route you take, left or right, for this next part, until you get to the very bottom where Sarah Hall is, they will keep spawning in the dire wolves, so be ready. Now when you next come in, you'll be in a house and she will put 3 enemies right in front of you, so take them out. Use a bit of cover behind the wall there if you need to. Put tactical mode back on. For some reason it turns off, but jump out and you want to head to the left again. Once you've picked off all the enemies, use a fire swarm if you need to, and you probably will. There's a lot of enemies. They're going to spawn from every freaking location right now, so stay in cover, hug the left side of the wall, and until you get up to a barn, this is where you want to do most of your damage from. There's going to be 1 or 2 inside, so take them out. And there's a window to your right that you can just hug against, peek and lean around the corner, very quickly in and out, picking off the enemies. A lot of the time, they will be focused on killing your teammates, so it's pretty decent of them. But be aware that it will shoot you, so just take them out nice and slowly again until you've done them all. Jump out, and this time you're going to want to head to the right, because there's a tank you can hide behind. A few on the right, your teammates should take out the ones on the left, but be aware that they might not, so when you move around, just make sure they're not there. And finally, when you get up to this little heap of snow, do not rush. There'll be 4 enemies that spawn around the corner again, so pick them off. Peek around the cover, crouch, jump up, whatever you need to do to take them out. Fire swarm will demolish them though if you have any left. Next part, building right in front of you is going to be where you want to head. There's going to be 2 that come out the doorway, you can see right there. A few snipers on the left, literally though just slide into the cover and move along. There's an RPG on the left if you need to pick one up because you didn't do it earlier for whatever reason. Gonna need it though because a tank will spawn on the left. Those enemies will rush to the right for whatever reason, I don't know, but the tank will appear out of nowhere. If you can kill it as soon as you can, then do it, but if you don't, then it will head round to the right where the enemies just went, so don't die, just let it go if you can't get a shot in. Heading up though, you want to hug this right wall of the building in front of you. She's going to spawn some more in the building around the corner, so pick them off. And even further around, up in the graveyard, is a lot more enemies. A few snipers, so be aware that they will pick you off with ease if you don't do it carefully. Exactly what I'm doing on the screen now, just edge around ever so slowly, take them out. And you will see, sneakily hiding around the corner, is the little tank. Once you pick that off, about 10 more enemies will run out of the church, so take them out. There's a building on the right. If you want to try and head around to that, then feel free. There's a window you can peek around there too. But basically, when you come out, make sure there's no enemies first, and just wander around the edge of the graveyard, because there's a few things to use for cover in case there are any there. Final piece, nearly, very nearly, final piece, is when you have to destroy the ASP. My recommendation is, as soon as you spawn in, head upstairs. Let your fire swarm take out majority of enemies. They will come for you anyway, but fire swarm will do a lot of damage. And it distracts the ASP as well, which is pretty damn cheeky. So, release it. Peek rounds the column, or this bench. It's completely up to which way you want to do it, but make sure he's facing away from you, because his rockets will take you out super quickly. Basically, just use one rocket if you need to. If you can get 2 in, then do it, but there's no need to rush. Take your time, do it nice and patiently. Eventually though, you'll get to probably my favourite part ever in any freaking Call of Duty mission, and that is when you're in the house with a bunch of zombies. Now, I just stayed where you spawned in, because you got a nice long view along the corridor, and you can move between the rooms. Left, middle and right, they will spawn from each direction, so wherever you stay, you're going to get swarmed eventually anyway. As it gets harder, they'll jump in from behind, just be aware of that. Your main concern is just stay alive, because eventually they will stop coming, and you'll have to take out Sarah Hall, which is the end of the mission. Do it with a little grenade as well if you want to get an accolade, just saying. But I hope this has helped you a little bit. Sorry again for the cock up in recording. Wasn't going to go through it again on realistic though, so had to make the best of it. Understanding Madness Trophy. Again, if you want to check out any other missions, which are pretty damn helpful, I found, then in the description in a playlist, or my channel is a bunch of other trophy guides. So, hope this helped, and good luck getting your platinum.
Darling, I will be loving you